Check it out for a second. All right, guys, so we've worked a lot on the close guard, and we'll continue to work on this. Everything so far has been from the perspective of the bottom person. So we've looked at this. If we go standing firstly, we've looked at the idea that this is a defensive position that we would use maybe if we were taken down. Okay, so we haven't done much takedowns just yet. We will at some point look at this. But again, for right now, just to put in the scenario and to remind you guys, let's say he shoots in, he takes my legs. I didn't have time to do my sprawl. Okay, so again, we've looked at practicing the sprawl. What I would try to do is move my legs back. Okay, and now I'm in a situation where he hasn't taken me down. Okay, but maybe he does manage to take me down. My next best thing here would be to lock him up in the guard. Okay, ideally, I would not want him to pass my legs. Okay, so if he was to take me down here, go past my legs, this would be a bad thing for me. All right, so the close guard is a position that is happening. As he takes me down, I no longer can sprawl. I lock up my close guard. Okay, if we just come back here, square. Again, we've looked at this position for attacking sweeps. Okay, so moving out to the side here, getting up to my elbow, looking to knock my partner over. Okay, we've looked at not being able to get close enough to do this, so we use grips to start to move them and come up to the mount. We've looked at this position to attack submissions. Okay, in the no-gi, for any of you that have been at the no-gi, we've looked at breaking the posture and attacking the arms in various ways. Okay, we've also looked at I can't get my knee across for the previous sweep, so we look to attack chokes. Okay, so again, everything we've looked at so far has been from the perspective of the bottom person. Okay, we also need to have an idea of what we want to do on top, and we're going to be practicing that today. Okay, so if Aaron's on bottom here, let's imagine I've managed to take him down. Okay, but defensively, he managed to close me up in the close guard here. I have no attacks now. Okay, there's nothing I can do other than just try to escape the close guard, and then I can start to try to move forward. Okay, the first thing I want to do is get my hands on my partner so that it's a difficult thing for him to do any kind of attacks on me. Okay, if I leave my hands just out in the open, or probably even worse, on the floor, very easy for him to attack it there. Okay, he's going to grab my arm, attack it in various ways. Okay, if my hands are just on his stomach here, he can very easily remove those and break my posture here. Okay, as soon as I make grips in the collars, this is going to make everything much more difficult for him to do. Okay, so initially, my thing is grab the collars. Okay, it's very hard now for him to do any kind of attack. Okay, I'm going to try to turn this into one hand on two collars, like this. So initially, I'm here. I turn it into one hand on two collars. And now, I want you guys to take away one of his arms. Okay, so I'm going to look to control a sleeve here. Every attack, at least the majority of the attacks the person from the bottom has, is going to involve them using two arms. Okay, for him to do the hip bump sweep, he has to get up onto this arm. He has to control my arm with his other one, okay, like so. If he wants to attack my arm there, okay, he has to use both arms. If he wants to go to a triangle here, he's got to use either both hands to push my arms like so and throw the triangle, okay, or a collar and a sleeve here. All right, but either way, almost all of the attacks are going to involve my partner using both of their arms. Okay, so I want you guys to practice taking away one of them by making a grip. Okay, I'm going to try to hide that under my own arm, okay, and now we need to try to stand up. Okay, all of my close guard escapes are going to come from me standing up. Okay, no matter what variation of escape I look to do, they'll start by me getting to my feet. Okay, I'm going to stand all the way up with the sleeve, let go of the collars. Okay, and now the first way I'm going to look to open the close guard, notice he hasn't opened it just by me standing up. He's keeping it closed here. First variation, elbow goes to the inside, hand reaches all the way back, and I open the close guard right there. Okay, and we're just going to go this far for now. You'll notice now I'm out of the close guard. Now I have a much better shot at trying to pass the legs here. Okay, which is ultimately what I'm trying to do as a top person. We always want to try to get past our partner's legs. As long as I'm stuck between them, there's many attacks the bottom person can look to use. Okay, if I can get past the legs, I'm in a lot less danger. Okay, I'm going to make myself safe by grabbing the collars. I'm going to turn that into two hands, one hand on two collars, and now I'm going to look to find a sleeve. Okay, I'll take this, If I can hide it under here, ideal. If I can't, it's not the end of the world. I'm going to start to stand up, one leg at a time, stepping up, the leg on the side I have the sleeve. Okay, step up the other leg, posture all the way up. Try to think about as I stand up, I look up. Okay, at this point I don't need to look up anymore, but initially try to look up, elbow to the inside, hand reaches back. If we just come around slightly, keep it close here. Okay, hand comes back, scoop the legs and open. Okay, last time here. Control the collars, turn into one grip, sleeve, start to stand up one leg at a time, stand up tall with the sleeve, reaching back, elbow to the inside, open to close guard. Okay, let's give it a shot. 1, 2, 3, thank you.